You guys are not gonna believe this, but we're going back mobile, except this time, instead of mobile detailing, we are now mobile window tinting. We're gonna go to a home and tint some windows. And we got Angel rolling with us because he is the installer. I'm just there for content.
I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos on how to do it.
So right now we are actually at the Hi-Tech Houston headquarters, or whatever, their distribution. That's the brand that we use for all our tinting. PPF, we use another brand, but for all our window tint, that's what we use. We actually ran out of material, so we placed it in the morning and are driving here to pick it up. This is gonna be our second like architectural window tint job, our first residential tint job. So we're doing this on a Monday when the shop is closed, because it's not like a core offering that we do. So this one is kind of, we gave my friend a deal. That way we can go out there and get content, get photos, get videos. Angel might do a video for social media, and we just get a bit more practice. Not that Angel can do it 100% because it's tinting flat glass, but just the nuances of, you know, a specific thing that we have to figure out, or kind of, you know, just try to see the process. So we're picking up the film, and then we have another 30-minute drive, and we will be at the home location. And man, it feels so good to pick up the camera. Like I've posted maybe like 12 videos the last like 8 months or something, like such a little frequency, such a low cadence in posting that man, like I so badly want to pick up the camera and be consistent with this, but just so many other things going on and such. So I don't have a tripod, so I'm gonna just put this like that. So the reason why we went with Hi-Tech, and I've mentioned this in podcast episodes before, is that I didn't want to put a big order of material when we started offering tint without knowing what our customers were going to purchase, right? Because like a lot of the tint videos that I saw back then, it's like, yeah, hey, when you get started, you know, you want to order like $5,000 worth of material, $8,000, $10,000 worth of material. Is that someone in the back? You know, you want to order this much material because of your customers, whatever. Now the issue with that was, I didn't want to spend thousands of dollars on, let's say, you know, standard film or carbon in 5, 10, and 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, whatever percentage, right? If that's not what the customers are going to purchase. So the way that I did it was, okay, look, we're not gonna assume what the customers are going to purchase. We are going to sell a tint job. Once we sell the tint job and they say, hey, yeah, I want ceramic in 25 or 20 or whatever all around. Okay, let's go and place the order locally at Hi-Tech. Let's go pick it up and then bring it back. So that's why we went, by chance, I found that Hi-Tech is a local like company to us, or at least that we could pick up material. So that's what we did. At no time in the first year did I place like a big order of material of tint. Because again, like if you assume what people are going to purchase, you are going to over purchase on a lot of things. So now, like for instance, we purchased some standard, in the beginning we purchased some classic, which is like just dyed material. We purchased carbon and we purchased ceramic. And as we got more and more cars in, the main thing we were selling is just ceramic. So now the only film that we offer is ceramic. So now now that we have dozens and dozens of customers that we work with, we know that, hey, this is what gets used the most. Here's what people are purchasing here. We don't need much of this. So now when we place an order, now we might place it in, you know, if it's like a big order for us, like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of material, because we know what we mostly use and what we go through. If we have like, you know, if there's something that we don't use as often, we'll order it less frequent. But again, I didn't make that assumption of like, oh, I need to spend $5,000 on material. Yeah, let me get 4 options of carbon, 4 options of classic, 4 options of ceramic, 4 options of this in this shade. We sold the services. We saw what they wanted and we started ordering film from there.
Alright, so we just got to the customer's house. We're gonna do a total of 6 windows. Customer's complaining that it's 80 degrees inside the house. This is going to reduce that by about 68%. We're gonna be using some automotive film. It's all good, no worries, it's the good stuff anyways. and we're gonna keep this home way cooler because right now it's 110 in Houston and it's bad. We can't be doing that. But after this, customer's gonna be nice and cool inside and comfortable. So we're gonna hit some windows.
And for those that want to learn how we price our services or how we sell our jobs or how we upsell or just how we run our business, I have all of my trainings inside of Detailers Growth Academy. You can click the link down below and give it a try and check it out. But it's basically all the resources, all the online courses, all the trainings that I have will be in one platform. And that's where if you want to learn about sales, marketing, numbers, finances, hiring, everything else that we do to run our business, you'll find it in there. So you can learn more and enroll into the program at the link down below. And we are done with the job. We didn't do much talking in there because it was just quiet, so we weren't gonna be super loud. But that was our first official residential window tinting job, and it was great. I mean, it's really, I mean, obviously I've been mobile for damn 10 years now. But that was a different kind of mobile because we were inside of the home and there was AC and we weren't sweating doing an interior detail or cleaning some wheels. So I very much like the experience and can definitely see us pushing on this service. I'll give it over to Angel now and he'll give you his thoughts, and he installed literally everything. I just prepped the windows on some of the windows.
So that was our first ever architectural tint mobile, like Oscar said. And it was a good experience. It's definitely different than being outside. You're inside the home. A little different than cars. You know, we're used to cars and in the shop there is no AC, so it is a different ball game. But being in there, you know, I learned a little bit of the corner trick to get my film to lay in nicely. A little reverse roll in there. First time doing it, so don't make fun of me on that one. But yeah, overall great experience. Nothing too crazy. It's definitely easier than cars, but it has its own way of installing. But I can see us doing a bit more of it in the future for sure.
So this is now the next day, and I'll give you a quick little glimpse of what we're working on. I don't know if I'll make a video on it, just because like I said earlier, there's a lot going on, but we have this 2002, I believe it is. So the paint, the wrap on this truck is literally 21 years old. Like, it's been sitting outside under a tree for like the last decade, and the last 21 years it's had I think like maybe like 20 years, let's call it, as if it makes a difference. It's had 20 years of the same wrap just sitting outside. So here is how it looks initially, where I mean the film itself is just, I mean, just imagine after 20 years, like it's going to be so bad. So we are using a heat gun plus plastic razor plus peeling, and then we're gonna have a lot of leftover adhesive, so then we use Citral and then a plastic razor to scrape off, and we're just gonna do that across everything. Now, funny enough though is that yes, it's pretty bad, but because we're gonna rewrap it in camo, like the entire truck is gonna get wrapped. So the paint itself is trash because it's a hunting truck. Again, it's been sitting out for a decade, so there's a lot of scratches, there's rust and things of that nature, but it still comes out pretty good in terms of the paint is good enough to wrap. I'm not saying like we're gonna polish it out but we probably could some spots. But in terms of rewrapping it, the paint's actually still in good condition for how it's been taken care of the last 15 years. So this one is gonna be $9,000 because we are doing the removal plus the rewrap. We're not touching the hood because he's gonna replace the hood. He replaced the roof, he replaced the windshield. So that's good. We're gonna do full removal, and then we are going to rewrap it, and then ceramic all around, and then on the interior it actually has mold, so we're doing mold remediation. So that's why it's roughly around $9,000. But yeah, we're very surprised that the paint was still, like, if you look at the bed there, it's not in terrible condition. Don't get me wrong, it's still bad, it's very scratched, it's rolled, there's rust right there, but it's still gonna be great for wrapping. So this is gonna be like an actual full transformation of a truck, because like it's literally like decades of just gunk and crap and not being taken care of. It's coming into the shop and it's gonna be rolling out looking way, like, not even night and day difference. Whatever is more than night and day difference, it's gonna look like that. So fun little project. I'll end the video right here. I'll talk to you guys on the next one.